They trying to kill your boy over here, man. I'm trying to make sure we get this shit right, y'all. I'm trying to make sure we get this shit right. I think we might have it right, though. Hopefully, we might have it right. Hopefully, we might have this joint right, man. I'm hoping so. I don't see nothing popping up saying that we having issues. So we're gonna see if this shit is it. We're gonna see if this shit is actually it, y'all. Hopefully it's working. I don't know if it is or not. All right, I think we're good, yo. I think we're good. So let's get into it before we start acting stupid. Let's get into it before we start having any, you know what I'm saying, any of these issues and shit like that, y'all, man. So as you guys can see what we have on today's agenda. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go through it real quick. Thoughts and reactions to Sunday's games. We had some great games this past Sunday. This Sunday, I think we had 7 games, at least in the 1 o'clock block, that was one score, you know what I'm saying, games and shit, which was some of the closest games that we had in a long time, which was dope in my opinion. But we got that. Of course, we got the Monday Night Football game with the Cardinals at the Cowboys. I'm going to give my top 5 trade takes on what I think about where people should be moving before the trade deadline on what November 4th? What's today? Yeah, so that's tomorrow. The trade deadline is tomorrow. So, but yeah, but before we get too far into it, right, we got to talk about the main thing coming out of Sunday Night Football, which is JD5, if you guys could see that, suffers a dislocated elbow in a blowout. It was about 7 minutes, a little bit more than 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter when he was running for his life and dislocated his elbow. I don't like the fact that, hold on. I don't like the fact that they had that boy in the game when the score was 30 to 7, 30 to 14. That game was out of reach with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and he was still in the game, running around trying to make plays. As a coach, it is your job to protect these players from themselves, especially in moments like this. Jaden Daniels has been missing games, have not been playing as many games as he would like to play this year. There was no way in hell you was going to make that boy get off that field. No way. There was nothing that you can do or say to him to like logically to make him get off that field. That's where you as the head coach have to come in and, you know what I'm saying, do your goddamn job. You feel me? That's when you as the head coach got to come in and be like, all right, bro, I understand you tough and I love the fact that you tough. But at the end of the day, we need you continuously throughout this year, next year's, and years on. So if I'm anybody at the Washington Football Wizards organization, I'm looking at Dan Quinn with a little bit of a shady eye, because it's like this could have easily been avoided. I was watching a lot of Cowboy fans in that blowout against Denver complain about the fact that Dak Prescott was pulled out of the game and quote unquote benched, right? But this is exactly why you pull your franchise players out of games that is out of reach, whether it be you getting blown out or you blowing the team out. You don't need these guys to be in there, you know what I'm saying, longer than they have to be in there, especially because you can't control whether they slide or not, especially when you got a running back or quarterback like Jaden Daniels. More, yo, peace to bro. Hopefully he get healthy. Hopefully he ain't got to deal with this. Washington got to take better care of their quarterbacks, especially the quarterbacks that are athletic. They just feel like they're invincible. He's not a big guy to begin with. We had some more injury news this past week. CJ Stroud left Sunday's game against the Broncos with a concussion. Little nasty hit on the slide. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Prayers up for him. We had Tucker Craft, I believe that's what it was, over there in Green Bay. I believe he got a they fear that he tore his ACL. So hopefully bro was good, and hopefully he get right for real. That's one of my favorite tight ends in the league. We had some injuries throughout the week this week, but we had a lot of close games. We had a lot of close games, man. Atlanta versus New England was one of the most entertaining games of the week for real. And it just missed out on game of the week. I mean, a lot, like I said, we had 7 one-score games in the 1 o'clock block. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning of the football day on Sunday, we had 7, you know what I'm saying, one motherfucking score games, bro, which was crazy if you ask me. And a lot of guys showed who they are. A lot of other people showed that they don't belong in those positions. So we really gonna get into that. You feel me? We really gonna get into that. One of the other games that really shocked me, man, is the fact that the Panthers shocked Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Stealing one. They stole one. 16-13 last second field goal. They was able to get a walk-off field goal to take one from Green Bay on Jordan Love's birthday. Jordan Love did not look good at all yesterday. I don't know what it was that the Panthers defense was able to do against him in that offense, but he just didn't look comfortable. He didn't look like he was trying to put the ball, you know what I'm saying, exactly where it belonged type shit. It was on some just like, here, I'm throwing this shit and y'all just better be open type shit. One of the plays that they had down at the goal line on 4th down, I think it was, and he's running around the pocket, he throw that shit all the way across his body to the other side of the end zone, which should have been a clear interception, but the DB dropped it. I mean, the only person that was there to catch the ball was the DB. That's the point I'm making. But the Panthers continue these games of just competing and shocking people. I know the one game that they really got blown out in was the game versus New England. That's also coming off a blowout that they did to Atlanta. So we really just don't know how certain games will go. And New England is a really damn good team, as we can see. But man, the Panthers still won in Green Bay. That's another thing, too. It was in Green Bay. Rico Dowdle, I think he had 25 carries, 130 yards, and 2 tutties. He's out there abusing defenses as he should be doing, man. Shout out to Rico Dowdle for real, man. I'm proud of bro. I'm really proud of bro for doing what he has to do out here in these streets. You feel me? In these streets. Yeah, I'm really shocked at how the Packers defense is just getting ran through. They got ran through yesterday. Bryce Young didn't have but 160 yards passing. You know, he did what he had to do to keep them in the game type shit. But it was really that running game and the Panthers defense that really held Green Bay in check. And we got to figure out what's going on in Green Bay, what's going on over there in Green Bay with their defense. Defense is not as good as they should be, especially having a person like Micah Parsons on that defensive line. Excuse me. But I'm not about to sit here and be upset about the fact that Green Bay lost. I am, you guys know I'm ecstatic. I'm happy that Green Bay lost this shit. So we're not even going to sit here and trip about that. I do want to go back to that goddamn Seattle and Washington game though, because we do have to show some love to Sam Darnold, bro. Sam Darnold has been balling. Not just this year, of course. He was balling last year with Minnesota, but he was balling in this game. 4 tutties. This man he went 16 for 16 in the first half and 4 touchdowns in the first half. Like, this man was out here on his, you know what I'm saying, perfect shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was really perfect. What? I mean, you could not see this man incomplete a pass. What? The ball didn't touch the ground. What? He had 3 incompletions the whole game. One of them was an interception. So technically, he only had 2 incompletions. What? Only 2 of them hit the ground. What? He finished the game 21 of 24 for 330 yards, 4 tutties, and an INT. What? He's definitely first down player of the week candidate. We had so many player of the week candidates this week, man. Drake London in that aforementioned game with Atlanta and the Patriots. Drake London had 118 yards receiving, I believe, 9 receptions, 3 of them going for touchdowns. He had a hat trick today. He was balling, but it was in a losing effort. But he definitely was a candidate for our first down player of the week. Joe Flacco, and we will get into that game, is another candidate for our first down player of the week. Matthew Stafford another candidate for our first hit, first down player of the week. He had an amazing game. Now, albeit against the Saints, but still, that's coming off of 2 games in a row. His last 2 games, he didn't pass for 9 touchdowns. That's like he's balling. He's balling. Which brings me into my next question, right? Because my next question to you guys is, who do you have as your MVP? As of right now, week 9, we are literally halfway through the season, 18 weeks, week 9. We are halfway through the season. Who do you have as you guys' MVP? Now, my MVP, as of right now, and this is not me being biased to the Dallas Cowboys. You guys know how I feel about MV Prescott, a.k.a. Dak Prescott. Y'all know how I feel about bro, but I'm being honest with you guys. My MVP as of right now, gotta be Matt Stafford. Gotta be Matt Stafford. I mean, every metric now, you want to judge a quarterback by it, he's doing it. Oh, your number 1 receiver go down? Oh, okay. Well, make everybody else ball out. I understand they got Devontae Adams over there too, but he's not the Devontae Adams that we know and love. He's more of a red zone threat now, and he get busy in the red zone. But offensive line injured? Oh, don't worry about it. Just go out there and do what you gotta do. Oh, your running back ain't getting off the way he normally get off? That's all right. Drop back 50 times and still complete 70% of your passes. This man, Matt Stafford, is out here balling. I think that we need to pay a little bit more attention to him. So I think that's who I have as of right now as the front runner for the MVP. I don't know who you guys would have. Please comment down below. Let me know who you think is the MVP of the 2026, well, 2025, 2026 NFL season and shit. And let's keep this shit moving forward, man. We're going to get into our game of the week, because our game of the week was a good one. It was a high scoring game, and we ain't going to hold it up. Let's move it on. Our game of the week was the Chicago Bears at the Cincinnati Bengals. As you guys could see, your boy got a little bit going on with these graphics. You feel me? You feel me? But we got Caleb Williams going 20 for 34, 280 yards, 3 tutties, 5 rushes, 53 yards, 2 receptions, 22 yards, and a tutty. Shout out to Caleb Williams. This man was in every box score on the offensive side of the ball. The only thing this motherfucker didn't get on the offensive side of the ball was a goddamn pancake block. Like, that's the only thing. That's the only thing that he didn't get on the offensive side of the ball was a goddamn pancake block. But shout out to Caleb Williams and that Chicago's offense. Them boys was able to go out there and put up 57 points up on the Cincinnati Bengals defense. That's allowing 47 points if I say 50, but that's allowing like 57 points. So you guys was able to go out there and do what y'all had to do. Bengals fan, let me talk to y'all hold on real quick. Bengal fans, let me talk to y'all for a second, right? Let me talk to y'all for a second, my Bengals fans. Let me do something real quick. Right? Let me talk to y'all, right? So I completely understand how it feels to have not only 2 of the best targets in the NFL, you know what I'm saying, whether it be Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, or CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, or George Pickens, and have a serviceable quarterback, if not a pretty damn good quarterback, when Joe Burrow is playing, right? And Dak Prescott, of course, is a pretty damn good quarterback. And Joe Flacco at this age is a serviceable quarterback. And not be able to win these games. The last 2 games, the Cincinnati Bengals against the New York Jets put up 38 points and lost. This game against the Chicago Bears, they put up 42 points and lost. That fourth quarter was football. Boy. I mean, I understand the defense is horrible on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the defense, they need to be running laps. You know what I'm saying? The Chicago Bears defense and the goddamn Bengals defense. Bengal defense should have been running laps all season, just like Dallas defense. But Bengals fans, I feel so sorry for you guys. That's why I even took the graphic down, because like I said, as a Cowboy fan, I understand that feeling. Your team literally goes out there and put up 40 points a week, but your defense is going to allow at least 42. And that's now for the Bengals, that's been happening the last 2 years. But for the Cowboys, you know, like this happens on and off. Like I say I'm saying 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years or so, Dallas have a bad defense, and then we end up fixing it, and then you know what I'm saying 4 or 5 years later it's back to being bad. But the Bengals been going through this shit the last 2 years. I just want to say I feel y'all pain, man. But we're gonna get back into that graphic though, because this is my game of the week, and you know what I'm saying. I feel like this game of the week, we had everything but, you know what I'm saying, defense. We had defensive plays. It was defensive plays being made. Tremaine Edmonds had a diving interception down in the goal line that looked like it was being brought back for a pick six, but they said he was touched before you know what I'm saying, advancing the ball or whatnot, or getting up off the ground. But it was defensive plays made. It just wasn't really that many. You know, that's the only one I can really harp back to. But as you guys can see, like Chicago was getting busy all through offense. Running back had 176 yards rushing on 26 carries. Loveland, I believe that's their tight end, had 6 receptions, 118 yards, and 2 tutties. One of the tutties being the game-winning touchdown, 58-yard touchdown. That some people would say maybe he should have just stopped running and took a knee or got down on to run the rest of the time out, because there was 17 seconds left on the clock. And the way your defense was playing that game, anything could have happened. Whereas though Joe Flacco and T. Higgins, because T. Higgins was snapping, as you guys could see, when he had, I said he had 7 receptions for 121 and 2 tutties and shit. But y'all, look at Joe Flacco. Look at Joe Flacco, bro. 31 for 47, 470 yards, 4 tutties, and of course he had those 2 interceptions. But man, if he would have won this game, I was giving him first down player of the week. Only thing that he could be, and his counterpart Caleb Williams as of right now, are candidates for the player of the week. As you guys know, like I said, Matt Stafford is another candidate. Drake London would have been another candidate. It was another person that named, but you know, there's some other people up there that's candidates for first down player of the week. Sam Darnold. You know, had a great game against Washington this past week. Well, last night and shit. But this was our game of the week, man. And I think that these guys really balled the fuck out. Both teams, it was a really entertaining game. Like I said, no defense at all. No defense at all. But I can't get mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get mad at that when the final score is 47-42 and they still had a final chance to try to basically win the game. So that's all you can ask for as a fan. It's one of the most entertaining games of the year. And I just feel sorry for the Bengals because they basically average at 40 points. But like I said, the defense is giving up 42. And as a Dallas Cowboy fan, completely understand how you guys feel. But speaking of Dallas Cowboys, we're going to move on to our Monday night game, guys. And in our Monday night game, it is the Dallas Cowboys. Well, it is the Arizona Cardinals at the Dallas Cowboys. This is one of those games that I am fearful of. Last time the Dallas Cowboys played the Arizona Cardinal, they played a backup quarterback. And the backup quarterback came in and whipped their ass. That backup quarterback, they called him the Passernaut or some shit like that. I forgot his fucking name. I'm going blank on his goddamn name, but y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, my boy and shit. But Josh Dobbs, that one, you know what I'm saying? Him. But yeah, last time Arizona played them, I think it was like 2 years ago, week 3, and he came in and beat the hell out of Dallas Cowboys when Dallas Cowboys had a better defense and was actually taking the ball away and shit like that. This week they're playing against Jacoby Brissett, if I'm not mistaken. Really good quarterback, a quarterback that is able to do, you know what I'm saying, everything on the field, you know what I'm saying, not super athletic, but he can put the ball where he need to put the ball, and he's not afraid to push it down the field, which is what Dallas been having the biggest issues with, is trying to stop the explosive plays. So when you can't stop the explosive plays, you're going to be in a long day on offense. You're going to have to try to score on every goddamn possession. And that's not 100% fair to any offense, but this is just the position that you have been put in and shit. But this is the game that we are talking about. Arizona Cardinals at the Dallas Cowboys, week 9, Monday Night Football. This is our last game of week 9 before we head into the second half of the season. I have 0 predictions for this game. All I'm asking is for Dallas to come out and play a consistent football game, meaning get stops on defense. Our third down defense, I think that teams are converting at like a 60% clip on third down against Dallas. That is fucking crazy. I don't even know how you would even like, how goddamn 60%, I think it's like 58% or some shit like that, but still, yo, like 60% completion, I mean, you know what I'm saying, conversion rate on third down is atrocious, because it's not just like Dallas is putting them in third and short every time. It's third and 15, third and 17, third and 20, and these motherfuckers is converting. So the first thing Dallas defense has to do is be able to get off the field on third down, generate some type of pass rush, whether you manufacture it from the secondary or you sending extra, you know what I'm saying, guys from the front seven. But you gotta manufacture some type of pressure, consistent pressure and pass rush. If you're going to play this dumb ass zone, get better safeties that's going to be deeper than the deepest, as you should be, right? If you're going to be doing some of the things that you're going to be doing on offense, you're going to have to hold that ball a little bit more. You're going to have to have a little bit longer drives. You're going to have these 16 play drives. You know what I'm saying? These drives that take up, you know what I'm saying, 4 to 6 minutes off the clock. Give your defense a break. Give your defense a chance to come on the field fresh. It's, like I said, we're going to have to play complementary and consistent football. The consistent part is being able to get off the field on third down, being able to convert on third down on the offensive side of the ball consistently. But we got to be able to get the fuck off the field on third down. Arizona Cardinal is one of those teams that could have easily had their record flipped. They've been in a lot of close games this year, just haven't been able to finish those games out. We all know that if you play against the Dallas Cowboys defense and you have a competent offensive game plan, you're going to have your best offensive day of the year. Like, we know that. Like, that's just how shit goes. That's just how, that's just how this shit is as of right now when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys defense. And it comes to our defensive play callers, schemes, and players and shit. That's just what it is right now, right? But I do have a question for you guys when it comes to this Dallas Cowboys team. I don't even know if it's a question or a statement, but I'm going to put it out there. You feel me? I'm going to put it out there. I don't even think, yes, I do. So, Dallas is not a playoff team. Not if, look, if we talk about week 9 going into week 10, Dallas is not a playoff team at all. They got an amazing offense. When they all clicking on all cylinders and shit, they're giving you about 24 points on the road. They're giving you about 40 points at home. If they had a semi-good defense, that would be good enough to be a playoff team. But the fact that their defense is giving up 40 points no matter where they at, the motherfuckers could be, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of Walmart parking lot and they're giving up 40. They're walking 40, you know what I'm saying, give her upper. Shit. Like every time I think about the Dallas Cowboys defense, y'all already know what I want to do.
Move this man!
Y'all already know. Y'all already know. Because there's no point of trying to sugarcoat shit. Dallas Cowboys defense, the worst defense in the league, especially at the fact that your offense is one of the best offense, if not the best offense in the league. But the only way I can see these guys winning is if Dallas get out to an early lead fast. I mean, you up 14, 17 to nothing early. And the defense get a chance to just go and hunt. Then maybe you guys could win this game and win this game comfortably. But if it's a shootout, I don't have no faith in the Dallas Cowboys. It's kind of like the Bengals. If it's a shootout and Dallas don't have the ball last, then the game is over, in my opinion. The game that really resonates in my mind is that game against Carolina Panthers. It was 6 minutes left on the clock when the Carolinas got the ball on their last drive, and Dallas defense allowed them to run out 6 minutes and 7 seconds of that motherfucker. Hold on. Make sure you guys can see me when I'm saying this shit. They ran out 6 minutes and 7 seconds on that motherfucking game clock, and Dallas defense didn't make not one goddamn stop that entire drive. A 6 minutes, a 6 minute and 7 second drive, y'all. And Dallas let the motherfuckers go right down the field. Go right down the field. But that's my point when I say, if this game goes tit for tat, if it goes to a shootout, that I don't have faith that Dallas will make that stop that they need to make. You guys let me know down in the comments. You let me know if I'm tripping or not, because I don't think I am. I don't think I'm tripping at all when I say what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, for real. Like, no bullshit. No bullshit at all, like, for real. But let's keep this shit moving, man. We ain't even going to try to keep you guys held up. Like I said, we had some dope shit to talk about, but we ain't have too much to talk about. I wanted to really touch on this goddamn game tonight because, like I said, Dallas Cowboys, just because they playing against a team with a lesser record of them does not mean, and I don't even know if they have a lesser record. I just assume because they've been in so many close games that they lost and shit, Arizona. But let's not just assume because they're the quote unquote worst team that they're not going to come out here and put belt to ass against the worst defense in the league. That, like I said, Dallas defense has been, if you're a competent play caller and you're a competent quarterback, you're going to have your best day against the Dallas defense this year. That's just how shit going. Unless you're like Jalen Hurts or somebody. But then again, that you know what I'm saying, Jalen Hurts just do what the fuck he's asked to do. That's it. Like, no more, no less. And shit. But we're going to keep this shit moving. We're going to get into our next topic. Our next topic is our top 5 trade takes and shit, which is some good shit and then some shit that I feel like, you know, might not actually be true. But let's get into it. As you guys can see, this is what I came up with, what I feel like might possibly happen that could make sense. All of these teams have the cash and the space to do all of this that I'm asking those teams to do. When it comes to the Eagles and Tariq Woolen, like I said, we saw that they went and got Jair Alexander from Baltimore. So I don't know if they're making any more moves, which it sounds like they are. Sons of bitches. But we're gonna start from the top and work our way down type shit, you know what I'm saying? So we got Myles Garrett going to Detroit for a first and a second, plus any player not named Aiden Hutchinson, you know what I'm saying, or anybody from the offensive side of the ball, basically. But you can have anybody else on that side of the ball. That's basically what I'm getting from that and shit like that. But Myles Garrett being that other pass rusher will solidify their defense in a way that basically the only thing that's stopping you guys from getting to the Super Bowl at this point is you guys. And next one, we have A.J. Brown to the Los Angeles Chargers for a first-round pick. I think if the Chargers make this, they will actually be making a play to actually win the AFC West and, you know what I'm saying, show that they're a real player in the AFC. They need a true number 1 receiver right now. They haven't had that shit in about 5 years now out there in LA with the Chargers. So I think that this will be a great pickup for those guys if, of course, Philly is willing to make that trade. And then we got Trey Hendrickson to Indianapolis for 3rd and 5th. And I know a lot of my Cowboy fans are like, oh, well, why not to Dallas and shit like that? You see what's underneath him. I'm just thinking logically, and I'm thinking like what teams, like, you know what I'm saying, need these fits a little bit more. Trey being that ultimate pass rusher, I think they got enough money to pay him the contract that he wants also. And if you're the Bengals, you're getting, you know what I'm saying, you're getting 2 picks for him. You know, so you might possibly finesse a player also off Indianapolis for him. And I think that, you know, because you got him on a franchise tag, you clearly don't want to pay him Indianapolis. Let Indianapolis be the person to do that, and you get some picks in return. Same thing basically with Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson is, I think, feel like he want to get up out of there. Just get him up out of there. Send him to Dallas. Dallas just give him a 3rd-round pick for it. I think that's a fair change, no robbery type of vibe when it comes to that pick and to that shit. Also, the biggest and the best trade that Dallas could possibly make is, of course, trying to get the ball from the Raiders and shit, Max Crosby. But at the end of the day, I don't think that is feasible. I don't think that you actually won't be able to get him. And the Raiders don't seem like they want to let him go and shit. So Logan Wilson is a good trade. Also, my boy Brooks, I believe, from goddamn Miami. You got Phillips from Miami. You got Chubbs from Miami. You got Miami's having fire sales. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all can look into him. Not Tua, though. I don't know why they're talking about looking into Tua. We don't need to look into Tua. Fuck out of here. This nigga's making $55 million a year. He's like the 2nd highest paid quarterback in the league. We don't need to be looking into Tua. And of course, like I said, Tariq Woolen to Philadelphia for a 2nd and 5th, but they was able to get Jair Alexander over there from Baltimore. I think that Tariq Woolen or Rick Woolen would have made a better fit over there in Philly. But who the fuck am I? I really don't give a shit about Philly. So that was just me being unbiased and, you know, trying to do my little due diligence when it comes to actually checking out these trade offers and who these people are getting traded for and shit. So that's who I think, or that's, you know what I'm saying, my thoughts on the goddamn trade situation before tomorrow deadline. I believe the deadline is at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So we're going to see some movement between today and tomorrow. We're going to see some big movement between today and tomorrow. The biggest movement that everybody's anticipating and talking about or thinking about is goddamn Myles Garrett to the Philadelphia Eagles. And if the Philadelphia Eagles is able to get Myles Garrett, boy, I am completely done with the NFL, because y'all got me fucked up to believe that y'all got, you know what I'm saying, any chances of letting Myles Garrett go to the goddamn Philadelphia Eagles. Fuck y'all. I don't want that shit to happen. Not the Eagles. Not the Eagles. Not the Eagles. He'll go anywhere else. Don't send that motherfucker to the Eagles, boy. And hopefully by the time I said this shit, because this is live and shit, but hopefully that didn't happen, or it hasn't happened, or it won't happen by this time. But as a matter of fact, I'm about to check my goddamn phone right now. Go on X right now and check that shit, because y'all not about to have me sitting up here stressed for the next, 10 years with this man on that defensive line. Yeah, man. I don't see no news. I don't see nothing, you know what I'm saying, nothing trending about my boy. So we good right now. We good right now and shit. But that's my top 5 trade takes right here. You guys let me know what you think. How you feel about these trade takes? Do you see any team that shouldn't be up here? Do you see a team that should be up here? Do you see a player that should be up here? I also think that Jalen Waddle is getting traded from Miami, and he possibly can get traded to the Chargers. You know, or hell, the Giants can make a play for him, especially if they're trying to salvage anything that's left of their season. So we'll see what happens, man. We're gonna keep this shit moving. We're gonna get on to our first hit, first down player of the week. And it's so funny because we had so many people to choose from, in my opinion, especially our pick leader when it comes to quarterbacks, right? So I actually gave it to this quarterback. Our player of the week is Caleb Williams. This man, like I said, he literally did everything he could to walk out of Cincinnati with that victory yesterday. 355 total yards, and that's including rushing and receiving. 3 passing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. He had 2 receptions, bro. One of the receptions was just like a little screen that he took, like, you know what I'm saying, 18, 19 yards and shit. Like, he was out there doing everything he possibly could to make sure he brought that dub home, bro. Shout out to Caleb Williams. I think that he had a great showing. I think that he had an amazing showing, for real. And of course, it was against one of the worst defenses in the league, but fuck it, I don't care. As a team, as a fan of a team that has a horrible defense, trust me, you just gotta deal with that shit. But hey, he went out there, he made the plays that he was supposed to make, and I'm proud of him for making it. He is our first hit, first down player of the week. You guys let me know what y'all think down below. You guys let me know if y'all feel as though somebody had a better week than him, a better game than him. And if y'all feel like these people did have these, you know what I'm saying, games and weeks, a week better than his and shit, y'all tell me who it is. Y'all let me know who it is and shit, because I feel like once you go out there and you pass for 3 tutties and you receive a touchdown and you rush for 53 yards and shit, I don't think nobody did more than you on the field to make sure your team got that W. I think he did everything in his power to make sure his team got that W. So he earned the right, in my opinion, to be called first hit, first down player of the week. You feel me? Shout out to Caleb Williams. Shout out to Caleb Williams for getting that first hit, first down player of the week. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to bro for getting that shit. Getting that first hit, first down player of the week award and shit. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this joint. I really enjoyed it my damn self. I think, like I said, I think that Caleb balled the fuck out this week to get that first hit, first down player of the week. But man, we about to work our way up out of here, man. You guys let me know how you feeling the new vibes of the show, how you feeling the little overlay, the look of it. You know what I'm saying? You guys let me know who you guys believe is y'all player should be the first hit, first down player of the week. Who you got in this Monday night game with Dallas and motherfucking the Cardinals. Hopefully you guys have the Dallas Cowboys. We need all the help we can get right now. Shit, I'm about to go out there and see if I can line up at defensive tackle. Shit, they need somebody out there to try to do something. Shit. But I appreciate everybody here, man. As usual, as always, make sure you follow me everywhere. New Jersey Preem everywhere. Smoking Buzz on YouTube. You can follow the Wake and Bake podcast page on Facebook. You can follow me, like I said, me everywhere at New Jersey Preem, man. It's been a fun ride. It's been dope. I catch you guys, man. We was off this week. Got some big shit coming in the next couple of weeks. So you guys stay on the lookout. But Wake and Bake Podcast is back with some new looks, some new features. We're going to have a good time, and I hope you guys come through and rock out with your boy, man, for real. And shit, like. And before we get up out of here, man, I just want to say thank you as usual. Hit that subscribe button. And remember, stay fried, my friends. We are gone.
Yeah! 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 Fhfd.